This is the INF baking set. It's a complete set that includes absolutely everything you're ever going to need to make artesian bread. You get professional results with these professional tools. The set includes a silicone baking sling, a Danish whisk, a bowl scraper, a flour holder sifter tool, which is a real handy thing to have. You'll see how we use that in a minute. A bread lame with blades, and it has a little leather piece that you can use to hang onto the blades so that you don't get cut. I've never seen that with another set. A silicone pastry brush, and a cleaning brush, and it also includes two Banatone proofing baskets, a 10-inch round and a 9-inch oval with liners. So we're going to make some bread here. We've got 3 cups of flour in that bowl. We're using bread flour, but you can use all-purpose flour. We're going to put in 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Going to mix that up, get that salt distributed through there, and then we're going to add a teaspoon of dry yeast. And we want to mix that up real good also. And then we've got 1.5 cups of water. That's very warm tap water. And you're going to mix all that up until it just barely comes together. You're going to see it's like real shaggy, and that's what you want. You want those shaggy strands like that. You don't want to overmix this. You're going to swear this is not going to turn into anything, but trust me here. Just mix it up until it's kind of shaggy. Tap off that whisk, and that whisk works really well for bringing all this together and everything. You gotta tap that all off, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take that bowl scraper, which is really nice because it's got that edge on it, which gets right on the sides of the bowl, and you're just going to kind of pull that together a little bit, kind of pat it down a bit, and then we're going to cover it with some wrap and put that aside. We're going to let that proof for 3 hours. At the end of the 3 hours, we're going to take that little flour holder sifter thing and put it in some flour. And it's really nice because you don't get flour all over the place. You just use that thing, you just put the flour where you want it. You can kind of like sift it out or tap it. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this dough out of here. Again, using that real nice scraper to kind of get all that dough all together. And you're going to see how this dough has actually come together and actually has turned almost like magic into dough. And we only want to knead this about, anywhere from seven to 8 times is all. You don't have to put a lot of effort into it. You're just wanting to get it to come all together. And once we get it all together, you'll see here, I'm going to cut this in half because we're going to make two little loaves. You can do the whole, you can make one great big loaf, but we've got a small family, so I usually just take that and I just make 2 regular loaves. Um, you can put one in the freezer even after it's done, and it just makes it real nice and handy for us anyway. And you're just going to kind of take those, you're going to kind of pat them, kind of just kind of form them into a little ball is all. And you're going to take that bread sling, and you can see I sprinkled a little flour on that bread sling, and I'm not really sure why I did that. I think it's just more out of habit and everything, but you don't really need to because it is non-stick. And then just cover your loaves with a towel, let them rise for about 30 minutes. Then you're going to slice the top with the lame. I put like 2 slashes in it is all. And in the meantime, you're going to have that pot in the oven at 450 degrees, and you're going to leave that in there when from the time that you start rising till you start ready to baking. And after we get that top slashed, you're going to put that in that pan, in that Dutch oven, cover it up, and put it in the oven for 30 minutes. Take the lid off, let it continue to cook for 15 minutes, And you can use those slings to take it out of the pot so you're not going to burn your hands on a single thing. Then you just put it on your board, and look how beautiful that turned out. So go ahead and pick one of these up, give it a try. I didn't use the Banatone because I didn't have any rice flour to season it. They do have to be seasoned, and rice flour is really the only really uh, thing that you can really use on it. If not, you'll get a lot of clumping and everything. But that rice flour makes it non-slip, or stick, I should say. And I will make another video showing you how we season those and how it comes out in one of those pans. So stay tuned for that. But let me know if you get one and what you think of it.